Hello, and welcome to another Monday night stream. I realise this might be a different time to what you're used to because the clocks have changed here, so this is the usual time for me, but I know that doesn't necessarily apply globally. So I'm not sure if I'm an hour early or an hour late. For those of you across the Atlantic. Star Wars fan animations. Hello, welcome. Clocks changing is an interesting experience, and the way it affects streaming times. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water while I wait for everyone to join us. There we go. So today I'm going to be creating some effects that I can trigger easily for the big battle sequences that are coming up. There's two of them, and there's a couple of things I could do that will make my work on them a little bit easier. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Now I did one the other day, so I think I got the gist of it, but I'm sure there's always room for improvement. So I'm going to get started. So this cone is trying to think of it's basically a pointer object to point which direction I want to go, because I'm going to start off with some blaster and laser effects. So I'm going to switch to high. Yeah. So this cylinder is going to be the blaster effect, and the cone is just a pointer. So when I place the object, I know which way it's going to be firing. So we're going to resize the cone, not the cone, the cylinder, to be a laser effect. Hello, welcome. Excuse me, a little bit tired, but not going to bed yet. I've got the stream to do first. So basically you want the blaster effect to be in the middle of the cone, so that when I'm placing it, it's just a little bit easier. But we also want the effect to be hidden by the cone. So the idea is the point of the cone would be placed at the end of whatever's firing, so a blaster or a laser cannon. You get the idea. Let's put that about there. Right. Next thing, I'm going to texture the laser. Actually, maybe I should call it laser first. then we'll texture it. Let me find the texture files. We want glow to be orange and the base color to be light yellow. I think I've chosen the wrong orange. That's better. Nathan, hello, welcome. Now I did this a few days ago. I have to admit I was pretty tired when I figured it out. So I don't remember every step, which is going to make this interesting. I can't wait till this is all done. Neither can I, because I want to be able to watch through it all. I'm sure you want to be able to watch through it all as well. Renee, hello, welcome. I'm not going to bother texturing the cone because once it's actually placed it will be invisible. It's just there as a guide. So this is the laser starting position. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Exact center of the cone. That's where it needs to be. So we want this to be, let's say, 1 second ahead. And we want it to, now this is going to, even though it's pointing up, we want it to go down. Now what I remember is when I did this little trick, it went in the opposite direction of what I set it to do. So also we want it to go quite fast. So let's say minus 5,000. Let's play it. Oh, that actually went very slowly. Let's make it 10,000. 10,000, not 1,000. That's a bit more like it. Let's have a look at the cone. Yeah, I think that's good speed. And it goes quite far off into distance, so it won't be a problem for having a blaster suddenly stop in midair and not do anything else. So yeah, actually let's make it half the time. That's too fast now, so half the time, but not quite half the distance, but let's go with nearly 3/4 the distance. Yeah, it still looks fast, but visible. Right. Now the reason I want it to be half a second is sometimes you need weapons firing rapidly, and that will come up in a moment. So, yeah. So the next frame on the timeline from where it leaves off, I'm going to set it back to 0. With the idea that I'm resetting the position of the laser so it can fire again quite rapidly. Because when I was trying this, figuring this out the other day, if I don't reset it, when I fire it again, the laser carries on moving from wherever it stops, rather than back at the place it's the starting point, which is obviously where it's firing. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now this is the part I don't remember what I did. Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. I exported the whole thing as an FBX. Yep. Alright, so let's remove all animation from the laser because we don't want it to move now. And I've just put in the file again. So if I perform, oh, of course now it's firing down. Oh well. One of the things I found was it shrinks the laser yes. There we go. Grogan, hello and welcome, and also a big welcome to Straw Hat. Right, so yeah, that's looking pretty good. Alright, I don't know. So when I tried this the other day, when I did that import sequence thing, the laser moved up. It moved in the opposite direction of the way I originally set it. Now I'm doing it on the stream. I was prepared for it to go in the opposite direction, and it didn't. It carried on going in the direction that I originally set it to. So we're going to turn the cone the other way around. Minus 180. Do you have any plans for Halloween? Not really. Might watch something scary. I haven't really decided yet. What are your plans for Halloween? There you go. Oh, the mole miners. Not quite. This is just... So, this cone is a dummy object that I'm going to use as a guide, with the idea that when I need to make a weapon fire, I will place this, and the cone points in the direction that it's firing, so that I know where to position it. And then, well, instead of having to manually animate every single laser blast, I can just press this, and it will, with one mouse click, I can make it fire as many times as I want. So you've got 3 here on the timeline. Excuse me. And being able to do that saves me a lot of time on the big space battle, well, the two big battle sequences that are coming up later on in the story. Oh nice, lots of fights happen, making shortcuts is key. It really is. So I'm doing this for several different types of effects that are going to be needed. Because I really don't want to have to manually animate every single laser blast in the big battle. So I don't mind doing it in a small, like if there's 1 or 2 shots fired or some small skirmish. But when you've got lots of ships firing, it would just take me forever to get it all done. So this saves me a lot of time. Right, so we're going to attach the laser to the cone. Yeah, that was pretty good. Alright, that didn't take very long, so let me just save that. You can't see what I'm doing because it's on the other screen. Let's call that laser orange. Okay, we're going to do the same thing but with green for the Imperial weapons. Which really, for this one, it's just a case of swapping the textures around. I think that worked. So I'm going to save that one too. And we need a blue one for ion cannons. Again, same trick. Let's go with that blue. The middle. Actually, it kind of looked better with the yellow middle. Let's save that one. Save the project. And that's my 3 laser effects. Does not give AF. Hey, thanks for creating this series. I'm really enjoying it. Great work. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and it's nice to be able to show a little bit of some of the behind the scenes of the making of it. So tonight I'm creating these laser effects to save me a lot of time working on the big battle sequences that are to come, which I'm really excited for. I've done a little bit of work on them, not including just this. So yeah. Right, that's set. Let me check my list of what else I need to do. Right, the next thing I want to do is to create some sparks flying. When you notice in the Star Wars films, when a blaster bolt hits a wall or something, sparks fly off. I'd like to be able to recreate that effect. I've done it a little bit, but the way I did it before was a very clumsy way of doing things. So this gets to work. again, it's going to look better and save me a lot of time. But keep in mind, I haven't done it quite like this before, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to create a new project. Now again, I want a cone to demonstrate which direction the sparks are going to be flying. There's the cone. I just finished the last episode and this popped up on my feed, so my time just wanted to show my appreciation. It's really cool to show it being created as well. Seems like a massive amount of work. Yeah, I had no idea I'd be at this point when I got started. I did the first chapter as a little test project. I had some ideas for a space battle. I wanted to try them out, and I was thinking about what can I do as a test, and I was looking around my room and my eye settled on a copy of Heir to the Empire on the shelf, and I thought, well, chapter 1 is a space battle. That'd be short, gives me the opportunity to just try out what I wanted to do. So I made it, and then I thought, oh, people might enjoy this, so I put it up on YouTube, not really expecting much to come out of it. And then here we are. Yeah, didn't quite go the way I thought, but I'm pleased with the way it has gone. So yeah, I started doing quite a while back now, sort of behind the scenes to show how it's all made. Because I was getting lots of questions and comments about how did I do different aspects of it. I thought, well, why don't I just show you guys? So every week, almost every week, sometimes I do miss them, occasionally. I try not to. I'm here and I showed something that I'm working on for whichever chapter's next or upcoming chapters. I mean, these effects aren't going to be used in the next chapter, but I want to get them ready because inspiration struck. And it's nice to have these things ready. So you've got the cone, and I want a different cone, and we need a ball. Cause it looks. Let me start again. Looks a bit like the old Electronic Arts logo, but that's not what it's going to be. Right, so the ball is going to be the spark. So we're going to texture that. So let me do that. Kind of yellowish colour. That'll do for now. Can always change it. So you just shrink that down. About that much. Yeah. Now we want then the cone to point that way, 90 degrees. Again, this is to show which direction the effects are going to travel. Now we're going to raise it. Yeah, we're going to raise it up a bit to there. And then we've got this cone. which again that also needs to point 90 degrees. Throw it in the middle, it makes it a little bit easier. And that cone. We want the other cone to be at the same height. And about there. Now we're going to shrink it down a little bit so it's not quite as big as the pointer. Yep. And then we've got the spark. Activate physics. Raise it up a little bit there because it is going to fall a little bit. If I play, you'll see. That's what it's meant to do though, so that's pretty good. Let's create a few copies of that. Just move these around a little bit. I'm only going to put 4 in as a test because I can always add more later. Right, then let's go back to this cone. Change the physics options. Floopy, hello, welcome. Gravity off on this one. Bounding convex hull, because I kind of want this is the collision shape, and I want it to match the object. So let's have that go that way. That's pretty good. Now I should have looked at this a little bit earlier because I see these two are not in front of the cone. So let's put them there. I forgot about that, David. Like saving times is different for everyone this week. Yeah. So I think I'm an hour later than usual for the rest of all of you. Right. Oops. Didn't quite go the way I wanted. Just set the cone to the right shape. Kinematic. Okay, let's try this again. And the sparks are too fast. Right. Let's raise them up to about there. Too much. Not enough. Sorry, I was so engrossed in that I forgot to talk. Almost got it. Let's try it there. So basically the idea is the balls are going to fall down, and then this cone is going to push them forward like a real explosion. Alright, let's try that as a test, just for now. Save what I've done so far. Let's see. We need so I'm just looking through my object collection for that's what I think we need. Yeah. It's sort of working. Let's test it with lots of those balls. Well, okay. I think this is one of those effects that I'm going to need to think about and come back to, because my tired brain's struggling with this one a little bit. It's kind of working, but not enough yet. So I think I'm going to wrap up the stream there. Love what you do. Well, thank you so much. this is just behind the scenes of some effects. I did some lasers earlier. I'm trying to figure out the spark effects when those lasers hit something. But yeah, my brain is quite tired and struggling to focus, so I think I'm going to wrap up the stream now. This needs a little bit more work to figure out, but I've got plenty more effects to work on, not just this. So I might save some of those for next week. But other than that, yeah, thank you all for coming. I do apologise that it was a short stream, but yeah, I struggling a bit here, being very tired. So yeah, I'm going to keep rambling if I keep going. So yeah, thank you all for coming. May the Thrawn be with you, and I will see you all next time. Take care and have a good night.